As always, we show police video in the hope that you can help MPD close outstanding cases. Chief, what are we looking at?
Okay, this is involved a homicide that we've aired this a couple times, so this is very good video, and some of it is new video. The individuals you're looking at in this case are persons of interest in a homicide that occurred on July 27th. A 31-year-old Antonio Alston of Capitol Heights was murdered in the 400 block of East Street Northwest. So you may remember this got a lot of coverage when it happened. It was downtown Washington, D.C., not too far from the police headquarters and courthouse. And these individuals that you see in the video changing clothes are people we want to speak to. So we think this is good video, and somebody should be able to help us locate them.
And I mean, these are great images. If someone sees something and is inclined to help, as we hope they are, what should they do? 202-727-9099. You can request to be anonymous. If you send us the text tip at 50411, we can't answer you, so make sure you give us as much detail as possible. Okay, very good. Chief, thanks, and if folks help, we hope they will. Can you talk about why so much resource is being dedicated to the street prostitution? You're going after that hard. We read of arrests every day now.
Yeah, well, we have a unit that we've detailed out to hit some enforcement because we're seeing an increase in robberies associated with prostitution. So, I mean, anytime there's an activity that's going on in our communities that's putting people at risk, we're going to try and go after that crime. Plus, we get a lot of complaints. I mean, this is a crime. I know there's a council member that's talking about decriminalizing, but the number and the volume of complaints I get about street-level prostitution in particular, because it does bring, you know, a lot of disorder to the community. So we're going to enforce the laws as long as they're on the books.
What's your reaction to this proposal, this notion?
Well, I think that deserves a little discussion in the community, because you might have a few people that are a little feisty about that.
We got a question online from Twitter. It's from DJoseph31, and he wants us to ask you, he says, ask Chief Lanier, why is MPD focusing on jaywalking and vice when violent crime is up in the neighborhoods?
I didn't know we were focusing on jaywalking. I can't, I mean, I don't know what that, I don't know how many jaywalking tickets we write a year, but we do some pedestrian enforcement.
Well, he mentions vice. I mean, is there, I guess some people may say...
Well, prostitution has resulted in, you know, we had a murder involved in prostitution. So it's, you know, when you have prostitutes that are setting people up for armed robberies, and in one case, a murder, we can't just ignore that. I mean, I think people are being victimized and don't realize that these things are going on. So we have to go after those cases.
There's been an evolution in the last few weeks, I guess, in terms of how the city plans to administer all the footage that MPD body cameras are going to produce. It's going to be a lot of footage. We have a lot of officers that are on duty hours and hours and hours of the day, of course. It seems now, and you've been very cautious and conservative in your approach to this up till now, it appears now that if something happened outdoors, that the footage will eventually find its way out there if it is requested.
So, I mean, our push all along has been to release as much as we possibly can, because we want people to see what we see. I think that's going to make a difference in the perception about police. But we don't think that we should bring cameras into people's homes and then make it public. I don't think that's what the public wants, and I think it's reasonable to say you have an expectation of privacy inside of your home, and you don't think the police should make that video public. So I think we've gotten to a point now where we all agree on that. If there is an incident that involves a police use of force that results in injury, then we're going to do everything we can to make that public, because we want those circumstances to be public.
You're distributing a flyer, again, in the hopes that someone who knows something can help your investigators close a case. We want to share the flyer here for the same reason.
Yes, please, for the family of this victim. We are seeking a 31-year-old, I'm sorry, we are seeking Mr. Derek Carter. You'll see his photo there. Mr. Derek Carter is wanted for second-degree murder while armed in the death of 31-year-old Melvin Williams. This happened over in the 2300 block of Angel Place Southeast. So there's another family here that's waiting for some closure. We have the warrant, and we have been looking for Mr. Carter. So, Mr. Carter, if you're watching, just come and turn yourself in, and let's do this the easy way. If you know Mr. Carter, let us know where he's at.
A lot of people know DJ Nestor from Elzol Radio. He was stabbed repeatedly.
Yes. Yes, I don't have a lot of the details on that case right now, but yes.
And that's an outstanding.
Yes.
That is a case that's under investigation where you're searching for the person involved.
Yes.
Busy time, Chief. Thank you very much for your time. We'll see you next month. We hope. We appreciate great conversation.
Right,
thank you as always for your time. Our conversation today with D.C. Police Chief Kathy Lanier. We'll step aside. We'll take a break here. We're back with the News Talk program. Note right after this.